You already know you in the dungeon with your boy K the Fuck X. And all that you do is feed me 50k subs, chat. I need them subs. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, hit them buttons up there. Follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and IG. You already know where you at. You with kids? K the Fuck X. Where at? In the dungeon. Hit them buttons up there, spam that subscribe button, spam that like button, and we out. Kick it with your boy. What it is for you in the dungeon with your boy K the Fuck X. And all I ask you do is this. Feed me 50k subs, chat. We need them subs, chat. We in the building. And listen up here. Right here today. We tapping into situations. Vaughn, what it is, fool? Long live that dude. We tapping into the truth. We tapping into the reasons. We tapping into everything and above. We going to Savannah, to Atlanta, to the O, to Chi-Town, and back. This is situations. Fun. We about to tap in to see what happened and why it happened. Was it a back door? Was it planned? Or was it just something that happened like the heat of the moment? But we about to get into the situation of fun.
Inside the club.
Okay, but you guys never actually make it inside the club.
Nah, I never made it in.
You guys in the parking lot. In the same parking lot, King Von pulls up. Someone allegedly tells Von that Quando's in the same parking lot. You ultimately see this on the video. Von gets out of the car, goes straight for Quando, and just starts hitting him. There were no words that were said between the two. It seemed like Von just went straight at him and just started attacking him. What went through your head?
It was just like a shock. It's like, shoot, I was on the phone when it first happened, and I didn't even see him even walk up. And I didn't even know it was even him. We just got here, so I knowing he ain't did nothing to nobody out here for somebody that really want to do something to him. So in my head, it just going through my head is like, why somebody want my little brother?
And the situation is, that's the truth. But everybody don't like to hear the truth. If you was in a car and your man was outside the car and you was other man was in a car, you on the phone, you know how it is when you outside the club. You on that time. You like this. Let me see what chick I can hit up. Whatever it is. You know. Hear it in the phone. Might be even talking to your girl. Whatever the case is. You pop up. Oh shit, my man into it. Boop, boop, boop. You never really looked and see who it was. You was protecting the bag. And that's a real one. That's what you supposed to do. Protect the bag. That's what a lot of people don't got around them. Protectors. They got a lot of takers, but no protectors. And you need protectors around you. You don't need takers.
Protect the person.
You guys are in the parking lot of the Monaco Lounge. Quando, I heard, didn't want to go in the club. He just wanted to sleep in the car.
Nah, my partner was sleeping in the car. He telling him to get up. We finna go inside the club.
Actual, factual.
You guys never actually make it inside the club.
Nah, I never made it in.
You guys are in the parking lot. In the same parking lot, King Von pulls up. Someone allegedly tells Von that Quando's in the same parking lot. You ultimately see this on the video. Von gets out of the car, goes straight for Quando, and just starts hitting him. There were no words that were said between the two. It seemed like Von just went straight at him and just started attacking him. What went through your head?
They was cool.
It was just like a shock. It's like, shoot, I was on the phone when it first happened.
And this is the footage, chat. No protectors. All takers. Running. That was my boy. The bag on the ground. I'm jumping in front of that thing. I wouldn't even have to did that. I'd have started blowing. Everywhere. You feel me? Everybody would have get it. I don't give a fuck. It was my man. I'm trying to get him up. You feel me? But yet, nobody protected the bag. Look how long it took Muwap to get over there. They could have did anything to that man. They hide in the door. They run. Now Watt go over there. Whoop. Get off my man. He come back. He come back. Whoop. Get off my man. See, that's what I'm saying. They take us. They ain't protect us. It took them, 3 minutes to go over there and help Vaughn? That's crazy, chat. 3 minutes to go over there to help Vaughn. Nobody went over there. Nobody did nothing. Everybody was ducking and hiding inside the thing. They let Shorty get in the car. So was it a backdoor? Did they all set this up and was cooperating together? Time will tell. But that right there looked fishy. And as soon as they hopped in the car, another car rolled past. But then, alright, look, chat. Check it out. I got something for you today. Look, Hulu on me for 30 days free. You can't beat that. 30 days free of Hulu. All you gotta do is hit that tag up there. I'ma get you right. Hulu on your boy KIX free. Look, after the 30 days, you can keep it. You can cut your subscription off. Whatever you want to do. But on me today, I'm giving you Hulu for 30 days free. The KIX way. Let's get it. Hit that tag up there to get them 30 days. You seen Dirk go live. And then if you paying attention to like background mirrors, things like that, when you're looking at lives, you can see the car Dirk was in. The same car that rolled past the scene. And you tell me that ain't fishy. Dirk was at the scene that night, chat. Yes, Dirk was there. He rolled past. I'm gonna learn you one today. I said this the situation, it's the reasons, this the truth. Tap in right now if you think I'm 100 on the truth. This ain't no cap. This is straight. You feel me? I told you. We gonna bring that all you gotta do is feed me 50K subs, chat. You in the building with your boy K the fuck IX. And I'm gonna keep you tuned in and tapped into the real issue that everybody overlooked and underlooked. You know? Dirk was there that night. That right there looked fishy. And nobody protected the bag. Nobody ran over there. Nobody blew.
Last night, he still would have been alive.
Ever since King Von's death, Lil Tim hasn't stopped talking, but now it looks like he's taking it even further. Word is, the rapper just leaked exclusive footage tied to King Von's murder. With so many questions still surrounding that night in Atlanta, this new leak could change everything. Let's break it down. The night of the shooting. Let's set the scene and break down exactly what happened outside the Monaco.
We breaking it down, chat. Feed me 50K subs, chat. Tap them buttons over there.
Turned fatal outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in downtown Atlanta. Von, only 26 at the time, had just dropped his debut album, Welcome to O-Block, a week prior, and was probably still in celebration mode at what people say was an album release function. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and Atlanta PD, the whole situation popped off around 3:20 a.m. when two squads, Von's crew and Quando Rondo's, Tycoon and Bowling, Entourage, got into it in the parking lot. What started as just words quickly escalated to hands, and then ultimately to bullets being drawn. 6 people caught bullets in total, with 3 fatalities, including Von. The other confirmed body was 34-year-old Mark Blakely from the crew. The whole scene was straight.
Chat, hold up. Pause on the play. Von and all of them like 25, 26. Muwak might even be like 22. Did they just say I can't think of his name, was 31? Bruh, you need to get your ass up out the streets. What I'm saying, it's too late now. Because the straight got you off the street. That's just crazy, man. If you 30 and you hanging around 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, and y'all in the streets, it's a problem. If you 31 and you hanging around somebody younger than you, you're not motivating them to do something better for their life, it's a problem. If you 31 and then you ain't putting these young fellas in front of you that's younger than you in a spot to be their own man and an entrepreneur, it's a problem. You supposed to be putting them onto game, putting them into the bag, keeping them out of trouble, feeding them all that good energy and taking that negative energy out. Man, feed me 50K subs, chat. 31 in the game, get out.
2 off-duty Atlanta cops who were on security detail at the spot. The surveillance footage, which has been all over the internet since, shows how it started. You can see King Von walk up on Quando Rondo and start throwing hands. The situation got ugly real quick when a man, later ID'd as Timothy Lul Tim Leaks, a 22-year-old member of Quando's crew, allegedly pulled out and started busting. The Atlanta Police Department said 2 off-duty officers working security at the lounge and 1 on-duty cop who was patrolling nearby tried to break it up. The officers also let off shots during the incident, making it even harder to figure out who hit who. King Von was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but later succumbed to his injuries. According to reports from the Fulton County Medical Examiner,
Long live Von.
multiple slugs,
Von.
wounds to his torso, right hand, and dome. A shot through his right eye, which exited the
Took
back
it
of
to
his
the-
skull, was believed to be the one that took him out. Just
You know
one day
how
after
it
the
go.
shooting on November 7, 2020, the Atlanta PD
My
announced
dude.
they had booked Timothy
Don't never
Leaks
think
10
down
days in
with
connection
Von.
with Von's death. According to their statement, Leaks was hit with a felony murder charge. When they locked him up, Leaks was actually laid up in the hospital with gunshot wounds he'd caught during the same incident. He'd been hit twice, once in the hip and once in the cheeks, and I don't mean the face. In a recent sit-down, Lul Tim spoke on what happened that night and how he got booked while still in the hospital bed.
Okay, so you're in the hospital, you were shot yourself,
Cheeks.
and then you actually get arrested for the shooting?
Right. Like a couple days later in the hospital, they come chain me to the bed.
Okay, so now you're chained to the bed, you're shot, 2 bullet holes in you. And what are they charging you with at that time?
Not 1, but 2.
They don't even tell me what I'm charged with.
Lul Tim later found out just how serious the charges were when they transferred
They ain't
him to
telling what he was charged
Coming
with.
down, I see the handcuffs. I'm like, oh, I know what he finna do. He like, what did he say? He said something like, you're not charged. He said, you just detained right now.
What? Hey, chat. I'm gonna learn you one. The reasons. Anytime them peoples walk up to you, be like, you're not being locked up, you're being detained. Shut your mouth, don't say nothing. Get on the phone, call a lawyer. You're being locked up, never being detained. How can you detain a grown ass man without doing force? I just want to know that, chat. Cause being detained sound like kidnap some shit to me. Cause if you ain't locking me up, you ain't read me my rights, get away from me. Plain and simple.
Just detained right now, but you're not charged. He said something like that, but in my head, I already knew what was going on. So I was like, yeah, all right. Like, whatever.
Despite the heavy charge, Lul Tim said his lawyer put some hope in his ear that he might be
50K
able to
subs,
beat the case
chat.
on self-defense.
We need them
He got
subs.
this and
Like
this.
the channel,
profile
subscribe to the
page.
channel.
He like, it's beatable though. He was like, I watched the video. You could get self-defense off this and that. So he telling me that, this and that. I'm like, all right, like he telling me good news about it. And me knowing how it happened and how it went down, I'm like, yeah, I really could get self-defense.
Right after the shooting, nobody seemed to
How you
have
pop
the
that
full
clutch in the
story on
throat
what
bite.
really went down and
Yeah.
who was to blame. Different narratives started circulating, with some folks saying King Von was actually hit by police bullets rather than by Lul Tim. King Von's ex, Asian Doll, aka Asian DeBrat, was one of the loudest voices pushing this
Blasian.
alternative story. In tweets that she later
Asian.
deleted, she claimed, the police said Tim ain't killing, the police did, suggesting it was the cops' bullets, not Lul Tim's, that took Von out. Adding more confusion to the
They
mix
said
were
the
stories about
cops.
King Von's sister, Kayla B, and what she did that night. According to Balo, King Von's cousin, Kayla claimed she turned her phone off after hearing about the shooting instead of rushing to the hospital. I don't even be noticed.
Time. Hold on. Chat. If your brother, sister, cousin, whomever just got unalive, are you turning your phone off? Look, chat said no. All of them going down there and saying no is just one stickhead that said yes with exclamation marks behind it. Get him out of here. I keep telling y'all, stop letting these fools in the chat. Listen, are you letting them in? Are you cutting your phone off or not? Because I'm not cutting my phone off. I'm going to leave my phone on. Hit them tags you see on the screen. Feed me 50K subs. Like the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Most of all, like the channel. like the channel, spam that like button, subscribe to the channel. We doing situations, the reasons a King Von despised. And what led up to his despise. And was it a backdoor action? Or did it just happen in the heat of the moment because his pride got in the way? We about to see.
A lot of until they come, and then it'd be making sense. Like, I'm like, damn, that don't make sense. Why would you turn your phone on? Why wouldn't you want to know if your brother good? Why wouldn't you go to the hospital with your brother? But yeah, this behavior had fans and family members both sides.
Man, that's crazy,
As
chat.
the days went by, more details started coming out about the shooting. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, took over the case because police officers were involved in the shooting.
Area, and they start shooting.
Right.
You end up getting shot twice?
Right.
Well, what parts of the body?
I get shot in my right hip bone, and I get shot on my ass.
According to law,
right
he
and
managed
his
to keep it
left.
cool despite being shot, since this wasn't his first time catching a bullet.
Are you more calm about it this time since you've gone through it before?
Hold me down,
Yeah,
let
the
me
first
know
time
what
I got shot,
happened,
I didn't have a
keep
panic
me up to
attack.
date.
I was calm.
Got to pay that
So
water
like
bill.
this time, I knew like do the same thing, like stay calm and just make sure I get to the hospital.
An interesting detail Lil Tim revealed was that he didn't even recognize King Von during the altercation.
I didn't know neither one if he was gone or still alive. I just, like I say, I didn't even know it was him. So I didn't even know if he was dead or alive. I just was trying to make sure Quando was good.
He also addressed rumors that were circulating about King Von supposedly using Quando Rondo as a human shield during the fight.
By him getting shot in the back, he probably was like, his body was just locked on to him from holding him. Like, people would think he was trying to take his chain or something like that, but I don't really think
Yeah,
it was that. I really just think like
It was a quick tinkle.
his body was just locked on and he couldn't let go.
Perhaps most surprisingly, Lil Tim claimed he had no idea about any pre-existing beef between King Von and Quando Rondo. When asked about where the conflict might have started, including rumors about NBA Youngboy, Asian Doll, and Johnny, Youngboy's baby,
Blazing.
Lil Tim insisted these issues were never even discussed in their circle.
That type don't even be on our mind. But like you say though, like he never talked to me about nothing about that situation.
That's real nigga shit.
Yeah, listen, unless I hear something different, all these reasons sound stupid and petty.
In October 2020,
Real niggas don't speak on stuff like that. We just live life and let it come to us. What's the reason?
and Say Cheese TV. According to the promo materials, the doc promises new details and new evidence related to the case. The trailer features interviews with Lil Tim, Quando Rondo, Charleston White, among others. And ever since King Von got laid to rest, numerous conspiracy theories have been floating around, with many suggesting the shooting wasn't just some random run-in, but a premeditated setup. Balo questioned several aspects of the incident, especially why Von's security let him get into a physical altercation in the first place.
And he wanted to go back to his B&B, but he had another club.
That's what I'm saying.
Sleep in the
Why
car.
did they let him
Somebody wake him
fight?
up to fight, and as soon as he fight,
It's
his
30 of y'all
what's his
out
name?
there. Why one of y'all fight?
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight.
Another red flag, according to Balo, was that King Von's whip had allegedly been switched from a bulletproof truck to a regular vehicle that
I ain't disclosing no names with that one, but somebody told me that he had cause I wasn't there. Somebody told me that he had well, I know his original driver. He African man. He had like a bulletproof truck. But all of a sudden, that African man wasn't available.
he speculated this change might have been on purpose.
So basically, if he didn't get out that car and fight, like whoever wanted him to fight, if he ain't got that car and fight, they would have shot him while he was driving because they switched the truck at him.
Hey, chat, if you think that's the truth, you think that's the reason, you think that's the real, absolutely truth, tap that like button right now, subscribe to the channel, comment yes.
They switched the truck out from a bulletproof truck to a regular truck. He's a hot artist. Why would y'all do that? The night of all this.
There have also been rumors, though unconfirmed, that somebody might have paid Lil Tim to take out King Von. Balo mentioned hearing whispers about
Is
this.
the back door open?
That's what I heard too. I heard that, So basically, the shit that I heard, I wouldn't and just said everything on live. So basically,
That's
somebody
crazy.
supposed to have took Lil Tim some money in 2020 or something like that.
Boy, it's Balo
I don't know
fishing.
when it's for.
Money in 2020.
That's what I heard.
They paying ahead of time? Come on,
Allegations
Chet.
without solid evidence backing them up. The official investigation ended with the dismissal of charges against Lil Tim, suggesting that the authorities viewed the incident as self-defense rather than a planned hit. The fallout from King Von's death not only fueled the ongoing conflict between OTF and Quando Rondo's crew, but also led to legal complications for Lil Durk, allegedly stemming from retaliatory actions for Von's killing. The aftermath and ongoing
And
King
the
Von's
truth.
murder wasn't the end of the bloodshed, but rather the spark that lit up an ongoing cycle of get back that's continued to claim lives and put people in bracelets.
Get back,
The most
gang.
significant development in this saga involves Lil Durk, King Von's day one, and mentor, who's now facing serious federal charges allegedly connected to avenging Von's death. On October 24, 2024.
What it is, chat. Look, we bringing you something today. We got Hello Fresh. And if you like eating fresh, either it's raw meat, cooked meat, sushi, whatever it is, you vegan, you want a chicken rocks, you want to sauce it up, look, you get one box for a $60 value of Hello Fresh on me. 30 days free. Did I say 30 days? I'm going to give you some more. 3 months free. Hello Fresh. Eat fresh on me, chat. All you gotta do is hit that tag you see on the screen or follow the video and you're gonna see it in the description. Hello Fresh. 3 months on me free. Your boy KIX, the KIX way. Hit that tag. I'm gonna get you right.
Lil Durk got snatched up near Miami International Airport on federal charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire. According to the criminal complaint, Durk, real name Dirk Banks, allegedly orchestrated a plot to smoke Quando Rondo as payback for King Von. The hit, which went down on August 19, 2022, almost 2 years after Von's murder, resulted in a shooting at an LA gas station. While Quando Rondo made it out unscathed, his cousin, Sabiaya Lul Pod Robinson, caught a fatal bullet in the attack. Federal prosecutors allege Durk offered money and lucrative music opportunities with OTF to anyone who helped take out Quando Rondo. 5 associates of King Von and Lil Durk Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston also got hit with related charges, including conspiracy and gun charges. Court docs claim
Rico serious.
OTF-linked credit cards to pay for flights, rental whips, and hotel rooms connected to the plot. In December 2024, a judge ordered Lil Durk to stay locked up while waiting for trial, saying he was a flight risk due to his bread and resources. The trial, initially set for January 7, 2025.
Don't forget, chat. He was trying to flee to Dubai. He was on his way. They stopped him at the airport, going to his main jet. On the way to his private jet, they stopped him. That's where his thing is going to Dubai.
October 2025, with both the prosecution and defense agreeing the case is so unusual and so complex that they needed more time to get ready. Lil Durk pleaded not guilty to all charges and hired big-time Atlanta attorney Drew Finley, known for repping high-profile clients, including former President Donald Trump. In April 2025, his legal team filed to have the indictment tossed, arguing that
And
Lil
don't
Tim was just
forget,
doing what the
he
law
had
allowed.
Young Boy
Others
case
stayed
too.
heated, posting comments like, "Man, this is why. Our block wanted and Von wanted Lil Tim dead, not locked up. Give it a year and he's gonna be dead," showing their desire for get back. Despite all the
But the Get Back Gang ain't did yet. And I'm not like saying, go get them. No. But I'm just saying, they ain't. And they're not. They in Chicago. He's in, you know. And if they did form something up in his city, he's going to know. That's his city. Feed me 50K subs, chat. We need them subs. Tap in right now with a like and a sub. Hey, tap in right now with a like. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Facebook, IG, and Twitch. You already see the tag up there. Hit them buttons up there, chat. Let's get back into the situations, the reasons, the truth behind why King Von was unalive.
tragedy and controversy surrounding his death. King Von's legacy as an artist keeps growing. His posthumous album, Grandson, dropped in July 2023 and did numbers, showing his fan base is still strong. The album included the video for Don't Miss, which was shot before his passing. Von's unique style of storytelling rap, especially his vivid narratives about life in the trenches of Chicago, has influenced a whole generation of drill artists. Bangers like Crazy Story and Took Her to the O still go hard, showcasing his talent for painting pictures with his words about life in the hood. However, Von's legacy is complicated by allegations about his involvement in violence beyond his music. A controversial 2023 YouTube documentary titled King Von Rap's First Serial Killer by content creator Trap Laura Ross claimed Von was linked to multiple bodies, including that of 17-year-old Gakira K.I. Barnes in 2014. The documentary caught major heat from Von's family and fans, was temporarily yanked from YouTube, and got criticized for factual errors and sensationalism. Von's death has also sparked deeper conversations about violence and hip-hop, particularly in the drill scene, where lyrics often reflect and sometimes glorify real street beefs. Some argue that the culture around drill music contributes to endless cycles of violence, while others see it as just keeping it real about the struggles young people face in communities plagued by poverty and limited opportunities. On social
Had 3 surgeries, he made it to 2. He hopped off the bed after the second surgery and supposedly started fighting the nurse.
I hear her in the kitchen crying to this guy. I heard her in the kitchen crying, saying that he gone and this and that. And I'm thinking like, what you mean he gone? Like, I just talked about it. He's like, what are you talking about? And she like, yeah, they say, like, she
Somebody wake him up to fight, and as soon as he fight,
So, chat, at this point right here, I think Belu is fishing and doing this for clout. Like, anything Belu say, chat, don't believe, because right now, they just don't really make sense and add up. What Belu is saying, I think that nigga's Hey, chat, don't listen to Belu. Tap in right now for the reasons. I'm putting you out for the reasons. I'm showing you right now why, and everything under and above and that you didn't see and hear, he was underlive. I ain't gotta say the name, but rest in peace. Long live my dude. Let's go.
What's his name? His security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the fuck you let him walk over?
King Von's story just won't rest. Now there's talk that a nurse is finally spilling the truth about his last moments. And trust, it's wilder than anyone expected. Remember when Von's cousin Belo said one thing? Well, now this same nurse is stepping up and laying it all out, and what she's saying is off the charts. Let's talk about what really went down in that Atlanta hospital. While Von was in critical condition, fighting for his life, the room was buzzing with confusion. Different stories started flying around from his inner circle. Nobody really knew what was going on. At first, word got to Belo through Kayla B and a few others, making it sound like Von had just taken one hit and was doing okay. But now, that wasn't the real deal at all. The truth, Von had been shot multiple times, and it was way more serious than anyone was ready for.
Like I said, Vonnie, he talking to me and Nisi, telling us that Von Good, he got shot 1 time, and this and that whole time he got shot 8 times. No, but I'm feeling better inside my head.
Baylor will never forget the moment he got hit with the real news from Von's sister, Sky. He said, "Sky told me the truth, and it crushed me." The confusion around Von's condition didn't stop. Baylor was stuck trying to piece together the hopeful updates he first got with the gut-wrenching truth Sky laid on him. It was a mess of mixed signals. But then came the official word. Medical staff and the Atlanta Police Department confirmed what everyone feared. King Von didn't make it. He died from multiple gunshot wounds after that wild shootout. The full autopsy hasn't been made public, but reports say it detailed just how bad the damage was. Von had been shot in several places, including his right hand, his chest, and most tragically,
did you people that said the full autopsy haven't been made public yet? So that means they put out what they want you to know. They put out what you already know. It's some more to this ish that you don't know. Meaning it's one or two things. They effed up somewhere along the lines and try to save him, and the person didn't sign off on it. But you know how like they gotta go do like Draco things and things with your, and they want a family member to sign off on it because you're an artist and they don't want to mess your throat up. So it's precautions and procedure they gotta go through. It's one of that, either that or this. That man's still alive and walking around to this day. They don't want you to know he's alive because they feel like somebody's trying to kill him. And he know that maybe somebody was really trying to set him up. It's one or two things, chat. Vaughn is still alive today, or the doctors could have really saved him and messed up. And that's the reason why the full autopsy is not out.
A bullet that entered through his back. That one was the game changer. The injuries were just too much. Vital organs got hit and he ended up bleeding out internally. Doctors tried everything to bring him back, but it was already too late.
So, I was in Chicago at the time, but just telling me like, his sister Kayla, she told me, she said that he had 3 surgeries, but he made it. He was supposed to have 3 surgeries, he made it through 2. He hopped out the bed after the second surgery and supposedly started fighting the nurse. Asked the nurse where's his gun at, something like that, and then he died because he went into shock.
The official cause of death, straight gunshot wounds, no mention of surgery complications or anything else.
Chat, think about this. If you just got hit 8 times and you hit your side, your leg, your thigh, your back, hand, arm, right? How in the hell, if you hooked up to all these machines, drugged up, are going to get up out the bed, grab her and try to fight something where my gun at? For one, he's going to be strapped down if they feel like he's one of them type of people. 2, the medicine got him all the way doped up. He's probably out of it in pain and some more shit. So 3, he's not getting about that bed because he's in way too much pain. So Belu is capped out. Chat, tap in with a like if you think Belu is capped out. For them reasons I just said right there. We told you, we popping you out with the reasons today, chat. The reasons why King Von is unalive. The reasons why the autopsy not all the way out there. The reasons why his camp keeps saying different things and going back on words. The reasons why Dirk was at the scene that night and he tried like he wasn't there, chat. Tap in right now with a like. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel. We in a dungeon with your boy KIX and we keeping it real on each and every vid we do. Subscribe right now.
Years after Von's death, Belo has kept the conversation alive. He's dropped some bold claims in interviews, including one with 16 shot-in visuals about what he really thinks went down inside that hospital room. Belo came out with a wild claim. He said Von actually made it through 2 surgeries, but things took a turn after Von woke up and supposedly tried to swing on hospital staff. According to him, if Von had just stayed calm, he might have pulled through. But that version of events, it's been getting major side-eye. Doctors and fans online were quick to call CAP on that. People pointed out how anesthesia works. There's no way Von could have jumped up like that, especially after taking serious damage. His injuries were no joke, including spinal trauma that could have left him paralyzed. Folks recovering from surgeries like that are usually sedated.
Bro, you get popped in your back. Who do you know that's getting up right after that? 9 times out of 10, you're paralyzed. All that medicine, you're not moving. You in all that pain, you like, shit, I ain't trying to get up. Let's keep it real, chat.
Weak and nowhere near strong enough to get physical. Social media, especially on X, formerly Twitter, tore Belo's story apart. Investigative reports say Von was hit 5 times and was pronounced dead at 4:48 a.m. and never even woke up. That matches what medical experts say would actually happen with those types of injuries. What makes things more confusing? Belo's story has shifted over time. In older interviews, he admitted he was getting updates in bits and pieces. First hearing Von was only hit once, then later learning the full brutal truth. 8 times. That's how many shots Vaughn actually took, not just one. Balo originally got some hopeful news after surgery, thinking Vaughn might make it. But then came the heartbreaking update. He didn't survive. Even Balo has admitted he was working off confusing info and only getting pieces of the full story right after the shooting.
Like, I think it's like 2 o'clock, 2:43 to be exact out here. I'm asleep, but I see a missed call at 2:43, but I called 10 minutes later when I woke up and see my phone from Kayla. And she like, I called her back. She ain't answering. I call again, she answered. She like, I'm like, yeah, what's wrong? You called me? Because, you know, I'm automatically thinking it's something because it's like, you in Atlanta and you calling me at this time and I'm in Chicago.
Another angle.
Stayed locked up in Fulton County until March 27, 2021, when he posted a $100,000 bond. This was kind of unusual since murder is typically a no-bond offense. But Leak's lawyer, Noah Pines, somehow convinced the Superior Court to grant him bond. While out on bond, Lil Tim kept a relatively low profile, though he did drop some music, including a snippet of a track called Off the List, which some fans took as a subliminal reference to his case. In October 2022, Lil Tim caught more cases when he got knocked for drug charges in Georgia, including possession of Schedule 1 and 2 controlled substances and weed. This arrest happened while he was still on bond for the murder charge, making his legal situation even more shaky. During this whole time, tensions were still high between King Von's associates, especially those affiliated with Lil Durk's Only the Family, OTF, label, and Quando Rondo's squad. Social media posts and bars from both sides seemed to be throwing shots, suggesting the beef was far from squashed. These tensions would eventually spark more retaliation and legal troubles, especially as the case against Lil Tim took an unexpected turn. The charges dropped, an exclusive revelation. In a shocking plot twist that had the whole hip-hop community buzzing, on August 20th, 2023, almost 3 years after King Von got laid down, all murder charges against Timothy Lil Tim Leaks were tossed out, according to Leaks' attorney, Noah Pine. The case against Mr. Leaks was dismissed prior to ever being indicted. The dismissal was based on Georgia's Stand Your Ground law, with the DA's office apparently believing that Lil Tim was just protecting his mans during the altercation. Under Georgia law, you ain't gotta retreat before using deadly force if you reasonably believe it's necessary to prevent somebody
tell you about that, Jack.
or serious bodily harm to yourself or others. In a statement to 11 Alive, Pines confirmed the dismissal, but didn't spill the tea on exactly why the prosecutors backed off. But legal experts suggested that with all the chaos of the shootout, multiple straps being let off and cops busting too, it would have been mad difficult to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Leaks wasn't just trying to protect his homie. Lil Tim himself spoke on the dismissal in a quick interview.
Well, you were lucky to a certain degree because you're in Georgia and Georgia has a stand your ground law.
Right.
If this had happened in LA or New York, you wouldn't have been able to, have that law work in your benefit. And unfortunately, the law works both ways. But in your case, it actually helped you because it was proven that you were protecting your friend and you were standing your ground, and ultimately, they had to drop all the charges.
Look, we just tapped into the reasons why King Von was unalive. Rest in peace. Long live Von. Von, that's my dude right there. Now, it's 2 reasons. I could put 3, but it's 2 reasons why Lil Tim is lucky to made it out that night. There was a lot of goons with Von. It was a lot of goons with Von. A lot. There was a lot of undercover cops. He was outmanned, outgunned. He was lucky to get hit twice and make it out of there. Cause Shorty stood over top him, but that thing jammed. So he was lucky. They them 2 reasons. And now Vaughn, we gonna tackle that later. Lil Tim got out of it because, they was in Florida. The Stand Your Ground law, they came over there like they was in the mall. So I'm saying, there's 2 of y'all, they see this active in this stuff. It's like 30 of them. And like they said, it was a lot of shooting going on. So it's hard to tell like where it's coming from and where it's going. But all he knew was to protect the bag, protect his friend he came with. He was protecting himself and his friend. There was a lot of fire going on. Now, a lot of people get mad and say, oh, no, he shouldn't have did that. He killed Vaughn. Vaughn is my dude, my main man on that car. That's my dude. He shouldn't have walked over there like that, swinging on that man like that. If I'm the bag, I'm like, look, if I'm trying to prove a point, go over there and handle that for me. It's 30 of y'all. He should not have had to went over there to do anything. 2, I didn't even know these mothers was beefing. Like Rondo said, it caught me by surprise, big bro. I didn't even know. I was about to go dap him up and he popped. And if you look at it closely, the reasons, the situation was, Rondo was telling the truth. He went to give that man a dap. Yo, swung. Now, if this was all set up like that and planned that like that, who knows? Somebody put a battery in Vaughn back and told him to go over there and do that. How was it that it's 30 of y'all, but 2 straps? That's where they messed up at. And out of those 2 straps, both of them got hit. It could have been 3, but both of them got hit. And look at the surveillance. They did not protect the bag at all. The bag was in the lead, the bag punched, and the bag got hit. Everybody else ran. That whole crowd was with him. The stick, boy, like roaches when I like, come on. Now, Vaughn, unfortunately, he passed away. Like I was saying, he shouldn't have went over there and did that. Homeboy thought they was cool. I feel like if I was Vaughn, I'd be like, oh, yeah, they over there. I'd have walked over there, shook his hand, make sure we went live, and be like, see, it ain't no problem with me fooling them. I pushed that down on him, and he ain't want no problem, he ain't want no smoke. See how we was rolling in their hood, you know? You'd be still alive, still making them bangers, and niggas be like, damn, he is hard. He checked a nigga in his own hood, you know? But we done tapped into the reasons of King Von Undespised and the reasons of Lil Tim. Tap in with a like, tap in with a subscribe. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, follow me on IG, Facebook, and Twitch. Donate to the channel, all above. And we out. Feed me 50K subs, chat. We need them subs.